Welcome to Cancelled.
Chapter 12. People don't behave like predictable variables. Cruz. The next morning, La Jolla, California. The next day, the executive break room is quiet at this early hour, exactly the way I like it. There's no forced small talk. I punch in my usual order, double shot, no milk. Predictable inputs, predictable outputs. I told myself I was done thinking about Evie Hartwell. That last night's research session provided sufficient data for closure, and I could move on. I was wrong about that too, apparently, which is becoming an uncomfortable pattern. Voices float in from the hallway. Light, clipped, conversational. I recognize Joanna Patel's tone immediately.
She's coming in this morning to sign the remaining paperwork.
Joanna says casually. Something in her tone catches my attention. My ears lock in automatically.
Genevieve?
Yeah, but it's weird though.
Joanna replies, and something in her tone makes my entire body tense with the anticipation of receiving information I'm not going to like.
I spoke to her yesterday afternoon around 3:15, and she said she was heading up to my office right then. Then, 5 minutes later, she emailed saying there was a sudden emergency and she'd come in today instead.
My jaw sets as something about that timing creates a pattern I absolutely don't want to recognize. This is the kind of data correlation I usually excel at, but right now I wish my brain would stop making these connections. Joanna's assistant keeps talking.
Vivian swears she saw her walking toward Cruz's office around 3:30 yesterday. She thought Genevieve might have gotten lost trying to find HR.
I stop cold, my analytical mind immediately calculating the timeline. 3:30. That's exactly when I met with Eric about her, when I systematically dismantled her credentials. The logical part of my brain recognizes this as a significant problem requiring immediate damage control. There's something else underneath that feels uncomfortably like shame. I grip the edge of the counter, suddenly abandoning my usual morning routine. Of course she didn't come up to HR after that. Of course she constructed a plausible alternative explanation for her absence. I should have sent an email or delegated this conversation. But here I am, heading down to the CRISPR lab like I'm conducting some kind of field research, like I'm not about to make everything infinitely more complicated. I spot her immediately, sitting at a workstation near the back. Genevieve. She's wearing a crisp, white lab coat that's clearly tailored. Even her adherence to lab safety protocols is executed with a level of precision that suggests attention to detail. Her screen shows Excel. She's building what appears to be a sophisticated gene sequence input sheet, pre-formatted with complex formulas. It's absolutely genius, and I can immediately calculate the time savings this will provide. I clear my throat softly, falling back on professional protocol. Genevieve. She doesn't turn around or acknowledge my presence. I try again, slightly louder. Genevieve? Still nothing. My patience begins to flicker with frustration. Miss Hartwell. She stops typing immediately. Slowly, deliberately, she turns her chair toward me, and when her eyes meet mine, green, sharp, absolutely furious, I feel the impact like a complete system failure. It's pure hatred. Not irritation, not cold professionalism, not even anger. Hatred. Raw and unmistakable and completely justified. Before I can say anything, the lab door swings open behind me.
Evie, love of my life, have dinner with me tonight.
Mateo calls out in his usual sing-song tone, arms spread wide. Just like that, her entire face changes. She smiles. Wide, bright, goddamn radiant. It's not fake or polite. It's real and warm and genuine, like she actually enjoys seeing him. The transformation is so complete and instantaneous, it's like observing a completely different data set. This is the problem with people. They don't behave like predictable variables. They have emotional responses that can't be quantified or controlled. Mateo finally notices me standing there and halts mid-stride, his expression shifting from joy to mortified embarrassment.
Oh, shit. Sorry, sir. I didn't realize. I wave him off dismissively.
It's fine. He backs out of the lab fast. She turns back to me, and her face is completely wiped clean of warmth, her expression shifting back to the controlled professionalism I recognize.
How can I help you, Dr. Adler?
She asks, her voice flat and professionally distant. I open my mouth to respond, then close it again because I have no idea what I actually came here to accomplish. Evie? I try testing whether informal address might bridge some of the distance between us. Her muscles lock visibly.
It's Miss Hartwell.
I thought your name was Genevieve, I say, grasping for some way to establish a logical connection.
It is. My friends and family call me Evie.
She says coolly, each word precisely delivered.
You can address me as Miss Hartwell.
That stings more than it should, cutting through my analytical defenses in a way I wasn't prepared for. Right, I say, the word coming out too fast and too cold. Just wanted to make sure we're aligned on appropriate workplace titles. Carry on, Miss Hartwell. Then I turn around and walk the hell out of there, because staying would mean either abandoning my analytical framework and apologizing from a place of genuine emotion, or completely losing control of a situation I can't quantify or manage. And apparently I'm not ready for either option. Not yet.